This is a depiction of the value preservation kind of framework and model. You'll notice there on the left, you got financial, manufactured, intellectual, human, social relationship. Social and relationship means reputational, and natural, meaning kind of environmental. These, in fact, are capitals. And clearly it stands that the value in our organization is no longer just capital value. There is, in fact, a stack of capitals like this, a stack of 6 capitals. Now, value, the capitals coalition would argue there are 4. It's all part of the debate, the dialectic.
Sustainable value creation is the use of your resources. So call them capitals, call them assets, whatever you want to call them. But the use of your resources today to drive performance in a way that ensures the viability and your access to the capitals in the future. Because that one of the things that often isn't discussed is the fact that many of the capitals are not owned, they're attracted. And I think that's something that here at ALN that folks have been focusing on, is that the traditional assets that you think of are owned assets, but the capitals, especially relationship capitals and many aspects of natural capital, are not owned.
It's not that we discount the buildings, the pumps, and the engines. They are still critical. But leadership of the organization now requires a different type of thinking that incorporates that in its proper place in terms of the definition of assets to manage.
I think it's a challenge for the ALN and for the asset management community to up our game. We need to learn new language, new way of thinking about these things. And I'm excited to think that perhaps Peader and Mary are thinking and understanding more about how asset management and asset leadership are a part of their constructs as well. So I think those connections and how to develop those going forward is a real opportunity for all of us, hopefully.
And sometimes when you're making a decision to, for example, launch a new product because we need growth, but to do that, we're going to have to put financial capital at risk so that we get, for example, maybe an increase in intellectual capital, an increase in human capital. And you have this kind of weaving through, this threading through of the use of capitals to achieve outcomes. You can't achieve anything meaningful without uncertainty. So you just need to make sure that you can sense and anticipate what's going on around the corner, which means that you've got some way of being able to sense and getting enough of the organization communicating clearly, coherently, using simple, unjargoned language. Reducing risk and having more certainty than uncertainty is a fairly simplistic. Fast growth, 30% year on year, doesn't come without equally bringing a lot of uncertainty, and that's the nature of it.